wildest of the wild ones. Savage, sadistic, thrill-hungry. The Wild Rebels. They live for kicks, love for kicks, kill for kicks. Starring Steve Alemo, Willie Pastrano, John Vella, and Bobby Byers. Too much woman for any one man.
I don't dig you.
You dig this?
The Wild Rebels. It's now. It's what's happening. Hate angry. They know no law. A brutal action shocker. The Wild Rebels. Technicolor.
Defend what you hide behind. You sing yourself to sleep each night by saying everything takes time. Keep right on talking, but I don't want to hear it. No, I don't want to hear it
RPM, Revolutions Per Minute, written by Eric Siegel, author of Love Story, with songs performed by Melanie. Stanley Kramer's production of RPM, rated R.
Comes from beyond time, from beyond the outer limits of your imagination. He's the master of the flying guillotine, and he's ready to blow your mind with more nerve-shattering special effects than you have ever seen before. It's a trip into a world where warriors from the ends of the universe meet in combat that knows no boundaries. A world where silent soldiers of death try everything in their power to conquer the most gruesome weapon ever conceived. See special visual effects filmed entirely in Super Cinevision as the master of the flying guillotine encounters the most amazing creatures in this or any world. As he experiences the most spectacular adventures the mind can imagine. The master of the flying guillotine.
Television is now experiencing technical difficulties, and this movie is the reason. It's the motion picture that grabs TV by the dials and won't let go. Prime Time.
Mr. President. What? There's something on television I think you should see.
Welcome to paradise. Morning mist in 2 natural fragrances. Rose petal and herring. Morning mist.
That's right. You get 1,500 good hits all on one record. That's only side A. On side B, there's a bonus.
Well, Nancy, I'm going to give you $50 for that shirt.
Oh, sure.
Prime Time. It goes beyond 25 inches.
$100 for the dress.
What? Well, it's a test, you say?
That's right.
Prime Time. It goes beyond your living room.
No doubt about it. Nancy's T-shirt and Nancy.
You are a carpenter, and she is a lady. But you'd better not kid yourself. It's gonna be my baby.
The movie that TV will never get is now the movie that gets TV. But good. Non-stop laughter in the comedy Too Wild, Too Outrageous, Too Explosive. To be shown in prime time. It'll blow your tubes. Prime time.
Meet Angela Mao Ying, a new kind of woman, a black belt karate champion. She's undercover in the underworld, a fragile China doll. But this doll is a knockout. She's after the toughest gangs in Asia, moving in for their biggest score. The prize is opium. She's on a manhunt, and she's a man-eater. A mob war rages in this deadly jungle of karate kung fu combat.
This is my territory.
They use deadly sticks and deadly kicks.
Now, I need your help, and urgently.
Only one man is good enough to fight with her.
Now you tell your boss that I'm here and looking for him.
Together they go on a rampage, tearing flesh, breaking bones, gang busting to a total climax of destruction.
Let's go.
The man who gave you deep thrust and the hand of death presents the stars of the fearless fighters. Deep thrust, 5 fingers of death. All this, plus Angela Mao Ying, the deadly China doll.
Big.
They're gonna put me in the movies. They're gonna make a big star out of me.
Right you are, Buck Owens, in the big country music movie, From Nashville with Music. Yes, From Nashville with Music is the biggest country music show of all time, the granddaddy of them all. Along with Buck Owens is America's favorite, Marty Robbins.
Good to touch the green, green grass of home.
Merle Haggard.
Well, today I started loving you again.
Charlie Pride.
All the crystal chandeliers light up the paintings on your wall.
Tammy Wynette.
Because you're good, girls gonna go bad.
Bill Anderson.
Or be it just a happy state of mind.
Carl Smith.
Because I'm winding up in deep water.
George Jones.
And walk through this world with me.
Bonnie Owens.
But you'll have to lead me on.
Wynn Stewart.
It's such a pretty world today.
And the Jordanaires.
In them old cotton fields back home.
From Nashville with Music is a spectacular movie with 36 top country and western hit songs and over 50 of the greatest artists. And starring Leo G. Carroll and Marilyn Maxwell. and Big John Bradford. It's a comedy riot when the irrepressible Jose Gonzalez hits the bottle in From Nashville with Music. We don't like to brag, but it's real.
When you go hunting with Brant Ruger, you go first class all the way. Private railroad cars, the finest food and wines, beautiful women,
See that?
the best hunting equipment.
Gun has that range. $700 a piece. It's a present for you boys. One for each of you. I thought it would add a little something to the hunting.
And the most dangerous game of all, man.
Tell me what you think of me.
Brad? Brad! Mr. Ruger, your wife's been kidnapped.
I am Brant Ruger's wife.
It don't matter whose wife you are. Go, man, Matt? No. This'll do it. 700-800 yards.
You mean to say that we go up against them?
Up close, no. But from a distance.
No gun shoots that far.
When your prey is man, it's always open season. There's no limit and no rules.
Brad, stop it! Why? They're not game we bagged. Human beings.
$100 says that.
Man, he can't put... Let's pick off a few more now. Let us stay out of sight.
Let her go.
You get rid of her, I will. Let her go! It doesn't make sense anymore.
Malcolm's gonna ride back and find that man. And tell him he can have the woman.
Stop it! I'll do whatever you want!
A hunt is a contest between the animal with his instincts and the hunter with his determination. You're invited to a party. We'll play the deadliest game of all, hunting 26 men and 1 woman. The hunting party.
Her name is Deborah. Her age is 16. She lives here, but her allegiance is to the world of her fantasies.
I don't belong to you. I don't belong to anybody in this world.
I Never Promised You a Rose Garden. The monumental best-selling novel of a young girl's journey from madness to sanity is now a triumphant new film. Brilliant young actress Kathleen Quinlan is Deborah.
Deborah, you can trust me. I won't betray you.
Bibi Anderson is Dr. Freed, the one person who stands between Deborah and destruction.
I tried to recognize it and come to terms with it.
What if I'm not strong enough to do that?
You are strong enough.
You can turn me off, you know. You can go off with your friends and write another paper on schizophrenia and get an award for it. But I can't turn me off. talk to me about getting well and coming back to reality? What good is your reality if it doesn't do anything about people like Hobbs?
I never promised you a rose garden.
I Never Promised You a Rose Garden. The book is now the motion picture.
When our rockets veer off course, it spells sabotage. Lightning Bolt is then called into action. The secret agency is headed by Captain Flanagan.
Hi, Harry.
And Lieutenant Harry Sennett.
My shower.
Then play host and scrub my back.
A supercharger of suspense when this fiendish human monster tries to control the world from his underwater city. A supercharger of horror in the hibernation chamber where his playthings are kept alive and then destroyed at will. A super challenge when confronted with the most exciting undercover agents in the world.
Hi. I'll bet you're George Hipplewhite, Harvard, 1955.
Hi.
I'll step out of your sun, baby. I'm sure you wouldn't want to be shadowed.
How do you like my tan, Harry?
Tantalizing.
Action, action, action. Don't miss this Technicolor supercharger. Lightning Bolt, the supercharger of the year. It will jolt you. It will electrify you.
Of them sent to their old folks for coins. That is their ace in a hole.
Some guys will bet on anything.
$20 says you can't name the 7 dwarfs.
Bill and Charlie.
Okay.
They're irresponsible, undependable, drunken, rowdy, gambling fiends. Columbia Pictures presents George Segal and Elliot Gould. The hilarious story of two bet-on-anything guys who happily discover a winning streak. California Split. It's a game that two players can win.
This must be the place, William.
From the poker parlors of Gardena to the $100 windows of Santa Anita. From the ringside seats at Olympic Auditorium. 26! To the lush casinos of Nevada. This is the world of the gambling fanatics.
I got a cherry.
The hot shots.
I got 2 cherries.
High rollers.
I got 2 cherries and nothing happened.
Hookers and dealers.
Nobody's drinking this. I bet a Milky Way.
And two guys who would beg, borrow, and steal for a seat at the table.
We're up $11,000.
Bill
I'm gonna win.
And Charlie.
Believe you.
They're outrageous.
Vice. We're Vice.
They're outlandish.
Helen? Here's a sour ball.
They're out to beat the odds.
And we start now. Okay.
You know Bill and Charlie. There's a little bit of both of them in all of us.
You're not that good.
George Segal, Elliot Gould, California Split. It's a great game if you know when to quit.
Let there be silence. My grandson, the distinguished professor of literature, has requested your attention.
Reason only satisfies man's rational requirements. Desire, on the other hand, encompasses everything. Desire is life. All athletes and poets know that. It's their secret connection. They know that 2 and 2 are 5.
They've got the lead now over the Lakers by a score of 109-108, and they're about to blow the lid off this place. Now Seattle has no timeouts left. Here's a surprise. 7-footer Jim McDaniels handling the ball up.
2000 red.
Gets the ball. It rolls into the corner. Haywood's after. He picks it up. He hooks.
$44,000, Axel. It ain't just numbers.
How you gonna get it?
I'll get it.
You couldn't deck your own ship.
Getting pretty reckless for a little rebel, aren't you?
Go. You want Yankee free? Your pipe?
She is not for you. Not for a man of character and virtue.
My God, Axel. Have I raised the son to have the morals of a snail?
You gonna help me or not?
This is $15,000 you want to withdraw.
I know how much it is. Can you help me, please?
I must see proof that she's Naomi Freed.
Look, I came out of her womb, and I am telling you that she's Naomi Freed. Give her the money.
You're not gonna tell me you're gonna come up short, are you? How much you got?
15.
15, huh? 15,000 is all you got out of 44.
1,500.
You're here to tell me how you're gonna make good on that debt right now.
How'd you like to make 5,000 cash?
It depends on what you have in mind.
You don't have to lose the game. You just have to make sure that you do not win by more than 7.
Isn't it romantic? Moving shadows bright, the oldest magic wine.
44 dimes. That's 6 Eldorado. Axel, we shouldn't laugh. This is serious. You're the last person I want anything bad to happen to. You know that.
Those two big guys came up. They're ugly guys. And he grabbed Eugene from behind. And the other guy broke a bottle on the floor. And he started digging the edges of it in his face.
When Dostoevsky tells us that he reserves his sacred right to insist that 2 and 2 make 5, he must be riding on sheer
Will.
Yes. The issue is whether he has the will to believe he's right. Bet you 1,000 to make this shot. 2,000. 5,000. Cash. What are you, an animal? Don't you ever have any fun?
Hey, Axel, you could have been a star.
I can't lose. I've got magic powers. I'm scorching. I'm hot as a pistol.
From Tanganyika to Zanzibar, from Angola to the Congo, the blood flowed. From the white settlers to the black natives, guts were spilled. With blood, she gained her independence. With guts, she holds on to it. Now, from the men who brought you Mondo Cane, comes Africa, blood and guts. At the risk of their own lives, these men turned their cameras on this tragic continent, Africa. Africa. Revolution. Africa. Brutal. Africa. Violent. Africa. Mau Maus. Africa. Sadistic. Africa, mercenaries. Africa, savage. Africa, gruesome. Africa, bloody. Africa, guts. Africa, blood and guts. Every scene looks you straight in the eye and spits. This is Sweden, land of enchantment, land of freedom, where you are about to see things you just don't see at home. In America, you don't see beautiful girls bouncing boldly out of the sauna into the snow. In America, you don't see public pornography shops where erotic books are displayed for both sexes with government approval. In America, you won't see meter maids who wear uniforms by day and nothing by night. In America, you won't see any of these, but you can and will when you see Sweden, heaven and hell. See the sex capital of the world, where topless bands beat out the throbbing rhythms of a turned-on generation. See the swap shop, where married couples get a one-night trade-in on the turn of a card. And get to know each other by the flickering light of films whose titles we dare not mention. See the floating sex lab, a moonlit cruise where 15-year-old girls learn the practical side of sex. See the roving motorcycle bands, preying on innocent young girls whenever and wherever they find them. See the Stockholm Strip, where Sweden's liberated youth, bored with sex, bored with drugs, bored with life itself, drop out for good. See the Salome Club, where a beautiful country's most beautiful women turn to each other in desperation, looking for satisfaction. This is Sweden, where anything and everything goes. An inside look at Sweden's inside, where the new morality is old hat. You owe it to all your senses to see Sweden, heaven and hell.
Hellbenders. Starring Joseph Cotton as the rebel with a cause that plunges the Southwest into a bloodbath.
They think the war is over because Lee surrendered. They weren't counting on me or any of us hellbenders.
A convoy of killers hell-bent on a mad, murderous adventure. Their cargo, a coffin full of money. And a beautiful widow full of fear.
Open it.
Please.
Never mind, let it be. You did well, daughter.
Better than the one you killed?
Lord, yes.
And I've got her clothes on. You are all rotten. You stink of death like this dress.
Maybe you two believe in the cause, maybe you don't. Maybe I believe enough for us all. The important thing is, we've got the money back. And this time we go all the way.
All the way. Fighting the law. Fighting the outlaw. Fighting each other. Recording in blood for all time the fearsome name of the regiment called the Hellbenders.
And now, Woody Allen, with a few words about his new film. What's the title of your movie, Woody?
Bananas?
Yes, Bananas.
The name of the movie is Bananas. Bananas.
What part do you play in the movie?
I play the part of Fielding Mellish, who is a tester of products at a small company in New York.
We can show you how to turn it out. We can show you how you can save money on a cost basis.
And you think we'll sell? How is it, Mellish? Can you hear the music clearly?
You should be a great seller in California. And who, through a circuitous turn of events.
So long, suckers!
Finds himself leader of a Latin American country.
I am Mr. Hernandez, the official interpreter.
Welcome to the United States.
Welcome to United States.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're here to see that your safety is ensured. We'll act as your shield in the event of trouble. We missed him.
There are a great many things we have to offer your country in return for aid. Few people realize that we lead the world in hernias.
The same person, all right.
This man is attempting the overthrow of the United States government from without and within.
All right. Let's pick him up.
Fielding Mellish goes on trial tomorrow for fraud, conspiracy to overthrow the government, and using the word thighs in mixed company.
Who else is in the film, Bananas?
Carlos Montalban, David Ortiz, and Miguel Suarez.
Yeah. Are there any unknowns?
Louise Lasser.
Hi.
Oh, yes, I've never heard of her.
I love you. I love you.
Oh, say it in French. Oh, please say it in French.
I don't know French.
Oh, please. Please.
What about Hebrew? Well, Howard Cosell is in the picture, who is, as you know...
Who's he?
Howard's one of the great dramatic actors who comes from the Elizabethan stage.
And I think I see the door beginning to open. El Presidente may be coming out.
What do you think of Bananas? Is it a good picture? Is it a fair picture? Is it an excellent picture? Well, where would you rate it? How many stars would you give it, for instance?
Well, there's no question. It's my bid for masterpiece. The picture's an epic. It's monumental proportions. It's moving. It's rich. It's tense. It's taut. Filigreed, gossamer. It's a cheap little exploitation film, basically.
We're going to show some pornographic movies.
You need an usher?
How do you think it's going to do at the box office?
Well, we have a very interesting plan. We're going to let people in all over the country for nothing and then charge them to get out.
Four men on their way to work. Watch them. They go to work by car. Anybody's car. Because theirs is not an ordinary job. Their job is to rob and kill. The Violent Four, masked, swift, merciless murderers. The Violent Four, a band of vicious mobsters planning crime after crime, killing anyone who gets in their path. The Violent Four, spawned in the red light haunts of the underworld. Choosing their prey and making it pay, posing as businessmen and baffling the police at every turn. The Violent Four, criminals without conscience. The brains of the gang, the getaway man, the lookout, the dead shot. Their everyday wives, their any-day girls. Taking what they want, when they want it. Striking at the heart of a great city. Panic, fear, violence. The Violent Four. Murderous bandits gunning down a trail of innocent victims, gangland style. A frightened city becomes an enraged city as the killers flee the massive manhunt in the wildest, bloodiest chase ever filmed.
Know this face. It's the most outrageous, unabashed, uninhibited, the most comedic, the most lifelike, the most sexually aggressive, and the most frustrated. The most don't give a damn and do give a damn face audiences have flipped over in years and made its possessor a star. Universal presents Elliot Mash Gould in a completely irreverent comedy of marriage, I Love My Wife. Co-starring Brenda Vaccaro, who appeared in Midnight Cowboy.
I know. In the dark, you thought it was me.
And introducing a new beauty, Angel Tompkins.
If there wasn't a Frank, it would probably be you. Or somebody else like you.
Meet me for a drink.
No.
This is something beautiful. It's holy, Helene.
I fell asleep at the movies. What about Frank?
I won't hurt him. We mustn't.
Jody either.
It would kill them both.
Back to the motel.
You can awake the neighborhood. Just be reasonable, Jody.
Yes, worried about everybody but me.
Jody, don't do it. Shut up, Earl. Your wife's making it with the milkman, Matthews. You can't do this, Jody.
Goodbye, Richard.
Jody!
If I Love My Wife pokes fun at the complexities and absurdities of modern living, the wit is razor sharp, and so is the sting of truth and recognition.
Tell me. It'll make you feel a lot better. Really, it will.
Okay. There was somebody, Jody.
I didn't even know her last name.
Oh, my God, did you hear that? God, did you hear it?
Destroy all monsters, orders the conclave of nations when unknown powers from outer space attack our world with gargantuan man-killers. Then the armies of our world unite. Armies versus mad monsters for possession of planet Earth. Destroy all monsters.
According to an ancient legend, the human body has 7 forbidden acupuncture points. If stimulated correctly with a special golden needle, the result is everlasting youth, pleasure, and vitality. Incorrectly, the result is agonizing death. 7 points, 7 needles, golden needles that can rule the world. American International presents Golden Needles. From the gracious mansions of Beverly Hills to the teeming waterfront of the China Sea. 7 people seek the treasure of pain and pleasure, the fabulous golden needles.
It's beautiful, as they say.
250,000.
You're insane. You shan't mention any amount of money that is offered you.
Any amount?
What do you want?
30,000 American dollars.
You got it.
That's the deal.
Joe Don Baker, that big man from Walking Tall, as a soldier of fortune, grasping for one last chance.
That's the baby.
Between his friends and his enemies, he's had a hard time staying alive. Elizabeth Ashley as Felicity.
Am I gonna take you home?
She's beautiful.
Definitely.
Smart. And definitely not to be trusted.
Where's my money?
I lost it?
She lost it. Ann Southern as Finzi, the Mahjong Queen. She has a yen for men, money, and mayhem. Burgess Meredith as Winters. He's so rich, he can kill with a wave of his hand.
Now, you'll get me the statue and the needles and bring them to this specific spot. And if you don't, you will be subtracted.
Jim Kelly as Jeff. He has a talent for karate and a taste for trouble. Roy Chow as Lin Tao. He's an artist. He works in oils and blood. Frances Fong as Su Lin. She may look delicate, but watch out. 7 desperate people on one desperate chase to find the golden needles. He who owns them can rule the world.
It is Sunday in the country. A time for peace.
Hey.
A time for love. A time for prayer.
On this peaceful Sunday morning.
Suddenly, the peace is shattered.
Citizens are warned to be on the lookout for 3 men dressed in business suits. They are armed and dangerous.
You had a perfect right to do what you did, but now that it's done, you have to notify the police.
It's all over, Pop! Drop it!
You know what's wrong to try and take the law into your hands? If we don't stop him, there'll be another murder!
Sunday in the country. A quiet title for an explosive movie.
There have been films about earthquakes, airplane disasters, and blazing infernos. But there has never been anything like The Devil's Reign.
His face.
That wasn't your father.
What's his face?
Mother? Mother! Corvus! Damn you!
They had no faces.
The Devil's Reign. The 300-year search for the power to damn mankind is over.
Fools!
And the towering terror of the devil on earth is now unleashed.
Burn! 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 Burn!
The Devil's Reign. Hundreds of souls held captive in an eternity of hell.
Seize him!
Possessed by the devil.
You, my son, have defiled all that is holy.
Mother, my God, my God!
They become his worshippers and his demons. Devil's Reign, starring Academy Award winner Ernest Borgnine, Eddie Albert, William Shatner, Keenan Wynn, and Ida Lupino as Mrs. Preston, and with the special participation of Anton LaVey, High Priest of the Church of Satan. The Devil's Reign. Conceived by the producer of A Man Called Horse. Created by the masters of magic of Planet of the Apes. Together, they bring you a melting hell on Earth. And absolutely the most incredible, unforgettable ending of any motion picture ever. Heaven help us all when the devils reign.
From the director of Montenegro, a new formula for comedy.
G'day, ladies and gentlemen. The cabin area is now being sprayed by quarantine officers. Please ensure that you remain seated until the spraying is completed.
Welcome to Australia.
My name's Becker, Atlanta, Georgia, USA.
Can I offer you something? Coffee, tea?
Mr. Becker, I'd like to work with you.
Well, why don't we go into business together?
Well, what the hell is he? A Pepsi man?
If we got sex out of the way, we could relax.
Listen, the sound of Coke. Dark and bubbly. Why dark and bubbly liquid is so loved by all those Eskimos and other Canadians, we don't need to know. We need only just to bring it to the people. Every day, Coca-Cola makes new friends and new places. But still, the earth will not be truly free until Coke is available everywhere.
When you're drinking Coke, don't break the tears when there's no Coca-Cola.
She's a dangerous woman, your mother.
Under the hard sun, when the day is low, and you die in the snow. So if you want to drink, it's universal. Don't wanna go where there's no Coca-Cola. Life by the road when you're drinking Coke. Life by the road when you're drinking Coke. Life by the road when you're drinking Coke.
What's your name?
You can call me the Coca-Cola Kid.
Keep you up with this, never let go.
Eric Roberts and Greta Scacchi in The Coca-Cola Kid, a film by Dujan Makavejev from Cinecom International Films.
This is the common cheerleader, an American phenomenon. Her breasts are usually full. Her waist basically narrow. Her thighs incredibly creamy. Her lips are moist and often occupied. Statistics show that the more active the cheerleader, the more successful the team.
Well, has your sex life improved any since you made the team?
Yes, Captain?
I'd like to get all the cheerleaders out of last period every day.
Every day?
We have to get together for a little warm-up.
When is it my turn? When is it my turn? Hey,
It's fair to assume that if 3 cheerleaders can lead a team to 6 victories, imagine what 6 cheerleaders can do.
Mom, Dad, I made the team!
Come huddle with the cheerleaders. They will do anything to make their team win.
Love me right. If you wanna keep me, hold me tight. Keep your fingers quiet on my soul. Hold me close and show me all you know.
For the first time in motion picture history, 8 renowned directors from all parts of the world came to one place to make a film. Each to tell his story in his own way, from his own vision. From America came award-winning director Arthur Penn, maker of Bonnie and Clyde and other hits. Maj Zetterling from Sweden, once a famous actress, now an outstanding director. From Russia, Lenin Prize winner Yuri Ozerov, the Soviet Union's foremost director. Midnight Cowboy made Academy Award-winning director John Schlesinger as famous around the world as in his native England. Japan's Kan Ichikawa, award-winning director, a brilliant technician, and a master of detail. From France, Claude Lelouch, creator of the film classic A Man and a Woman. Michael Flagar, one of West Germany's exciting new filmmakers. And that master of human comedy, Milos Forman from Czechoslovakia. These gifted filmmakers did not come here to record a summary of winners and losers. Although 80,000 people watched at Munich, only 8 of them saw the personal, dramatic stories behind the spectacle. John Schlesinger's probing cameras focus on the tragedy of the Israeli athletes. The bitter taste of defeat. Lelouch is interested in the losers. Milos Forman looks beyond the spectacle to find its humor. Henry Mancini's music and Michael Flagar's cameras combine to capture the beauty and grace of the women. Maj Zetterling is intrigued by the bizarre world of the strongest men on Earth. Eight leading international directors capture what the naked eye cannot see in a motion picture of enormous humanity.
Born to win. Are you born to win?
You better believe it.
George Siegel, Paula Prentice, Karen Black, born to win.
All right, this is stick up.
No. I want your diamonds and your minks and your credit cards and your whatnot.
Take everything.
Police!
This is a takeoff. Cool it now. We want everything you've got.
We're here for the safe.
Does Harry know about this?
Stop that man, police! Harassment! Harassment! Police harassment! Oh!
Man, you got everything. You got your chicks, you got your limousine. Man, you got my wife hustling for you.
I'm sorry.
How are the kids?
They're with my mother in California.
Well, I guess you got a streak of bad luck, Jay.
Why did you mess me up like this?
I don't understand it. I keep getting beat.
I have a job for you. All you have to do is take a package from person A to person B.
What is that, mafia?
No mafia. Business people. If I can break out of this town, man, I'll kiss your feet. I gotta hit big and clear out.
If you don't let me go with you, I'm gonna scream all over the city.
No, you're not.
They're cutting us off. Move it.
All this time when I was with you.
me?
I don't know. Why do you like me?
I don't know. Jay! Come back home to me.
Sure.
George Siegel, Paula Prentice, Karen Black, born to win.
Are you born to win?
You better believe it.
Somewhere in a fortress high in the Himalayas, a man of mystery is plotting to steal the priceless ingredients for the secret of eternal youth.
I am Emperor of the Saipan.
Hello, boys.
Grand Master of the Seven Suns. Call me Fred. Graduate of the University of Indiana Medical School. And Doctor of Veterinary Medicine. I am Dr. Fu Manchu.
Peter Sellers in
I must think of a good title.
The Fiendish Plot of Dr. Fu Manchu.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
He's clever.
Is that thing one of my wafers? They all look the same to me.
Cunning.
I shall fine you each 1,000 yen.
But you don't pay us, master.
And I shall start paying you in order to fine you.
Evil.
Royal egg.
Electrifying.
Is this some form of diabolical joke?
The FBI is helpless.
Bill, those guys are playing for keeps.
For Scotland Yard, it's hopeless.
I don't like it. I don't like it one little bit.
But there's one man who can stop him.
Nayland Smith. That's the guy we came over to see.
Although he is evil to my good, yea to my nay, yin to my yang.
Is he really a match for the fiendish Fu?
Fu who? The insidious Dr. Fu Manchu.
It's Nayland Smith. He's tricked me again.
What's happening?
I shall invent an entirely new torture.
Daddy wouldn't buy me a bow wow wow wow.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
On to the next bit.
How old are you?
168.
Well, I don't think age matters.
Is no one safe?
Take him away. Put him in the kitchens. In oyster sauce.
Is nothing sacred?
You can't fool me with a cheap cinematic trick.
Is it already too late?
Prepare to be wiped out.
Peter Sellers.
I knew it. I knew it. It's him.
As his own worst enemy. In The Fiendish Plot of Dr. Fu Manchu. It'll leave you wanting more.
This is no way to treat a lady. Christopher Gill likes to bang on doors, but that's no way to treat a lady.
You found out, huh?
What?
Well, then I'm the strangler.
Say you believe me, say it.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it. You hear me? I did not kill that woman. You must listen to me. Listen to me.
You may be interested to know that Dr. Schaefer here concurs. He thinks we have a paranoid exhibition of mother hate.
I am sickened at heart when my own son goes looking at dead women's naked bodies.
Mother, what do you want from me?
Well, my mother, my friend, and I were famously close together, and we love each other. Yes, love!
Midget. Lots of people are midgets. See how I fooled him? I'm a master of disguise.
Christopher Gill likes to put on disguises, but that's no way to treat a lady.
Are you really a cop?
May I come in?
By all means, officer.
I killed every one of them. You? It was my bare hands.
You know something those hands haven't done? They haven't touched me.
Christopher Gill likes to work with his hands, and that's no way to treat a lady.
Ciao, 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 bambino.
Academy Award nominee Rod Steiger, Lee Remick, George Siegel give you the full treatment in No Way to Treat a Lady.
Bigot.
Go, 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 go!
Christopher Gill just likes to kill. And that's no way to treat a lady.
They called him Killer Kane. He earned his name with 12 bullets. He paid for it with 18 years in prison.
That was the price of one life. Kane took 12.
Kane wanted to quit being a killer, but the West wouldn't let him.
How'd you do it? How'd you kill him, I mean?
Different men, different ways.
Different men, different ways.
They propositioned him. They provoked him.
Killer Kane.
They taunted him.
Kane.
They beat him. They wanted Kane to pick up his 12-notch Colt. And someone left the West more dead than alive. Clint Walker, Vincent Price, Anne Francis. More dead than alive. This picture has been rated M, suggested for mature audiences.
Here is what happens when the killers of 3 continents deploy an arsenal of hitmen in a shattering shock of showdown. All at once, all over the world, murder was on the move, converging on this one spot. Blood in the streets.
Oliver Reed in a performance that makes Charles Bronson's death wish look like wishful thinking.
Your husband. Tell him that you're okay.
In the name of love, he killed a man, destroyed another, spit on his badge, tore a city apart, brick by brick, street by street, punk by punk, to find his wife.
Can't you see that?
There are many blood red-letter days in the annals of crime, none deadlier than this. Blood in the Streets from Independent International. Blood in the Streets.
Rated R, under 17, not admitted without parent.
Straighten your tie. Shine your shoes. Company's coming. 3 little maids from the toughest school in the jungle. the field marshal, who took command of the Liberation Army to save her men.
I'm in this for only one reason. Because he is.
The general, top mama of a female commando unit.
Now listen, pretty girl. Listen very well. The revolution needs Ernesto. It needs you and me and everyone who believes in it.
The colonel, lean, mean, and foxy, with plenty of ammunition stacked in just the right places. Savage sisters.
Are you the girl that called for the cab?
You're right on time.
They know every weapon in a man's arsenal, and some only a woman could handle.
I just love a well-developed
Six.
body.
It's trouble multiplied by 3 for every sex-starved stud in the jungle who tries to stop them.
The sight of it will live with you or die with you, but you will never forget the shriek of the mutilated. The abominable snowman, the Yeti, or is it? A scientific expedition that turns into a nightmare for all but a few, with the surprise ending of the year.
Sometimes it almost sounds like something human.
Find anything out there?
Well, Dr. Prell thinks we might.
Oh, Prell's got a thing about snowmen. The trouble is that people believe that garbage of his can get themselves in trouble.
It's the damnedest thing, Ernst. If it isn't a Yeti, I can't imagine what it could be.
I could see it as it was chewing the flesh of Tom's leg.
Honey! Stop treating me like a child!
Will you stop acting like one? Dr. Prowl brought you on this mission for a reason.
This is not for the weak. This is truly the shriek of the mutilated. Rated R.
If you can't put your feelings into words, put them in a letter.
Listen to this. I don't know how to tell you what I want to tell you. I'll never find the nerve to give you this letter anyway. But I just love you more than words can say.
I'm in love.
I long to have your arms around me and feel your body against mine. Oh, radical.
But be careful where you put the letter.
Take your hands off my daughter, Fruit Lips.
Oh, it's the mailman.
My mother's in there crying. I hope you're happy.
What did she say? I really like it.
Michael, she loved it, okay?
You look great.
My son's in the next car.
He's with my daughter. Well, what do you want me to do?
Do it right.
Oh, she loved it. Whoa.
Yeah, what about you?
Me? Oh, I have no standards. I mean, I'd even go out with you.
It wasn't good. It was great.
You and me, him and her, all together at the same house at the same time.
One more thing, little boy.
Oh, God.
You get her pregnant, I'll play you.
No sacrifice. No reward.
Secret admirer.
Well, what do you want me to do?
Do it right.
XXX. OOO. XX.
Think I ought to write her another one?
This summer, learn how to do it right. See Secret Admirer.
They're a new breed of riders on a new kind of trip. The Jesus trip. A dangerous trip for these young sinners.
fighting for salvation and survival.
You're a liar, boy! 5 choppers came through that town and none of them came back!
The strangest psycho gang that ever roared down the glory road. The long-haired kid with fury in his eyes. The beautiful young nun who rode on the back of his bike.
I was not kidnapped. I left the convent voluntarily.
The Jesus trip. There's no way back from it.
Oh, God, let me out of here!
So far out, it's really something else.
Hold it!
The Jesus trip.
Combine the Dirty Dozen with the Magnificent Seven, and you have the Chinese Professionals. Kung Fu Beast. Siamese Devils. Tibetan Tiger Man. The Invincible Yuga Khan. The One-Armed Boxer. A total of 9 masters of the martial arts to tear the screen apart. The Chinese Professionals. Rated R.
When you get to that gun, make up your mind one way or another.
Let me make it clear. I do not respond to threats. Now, you can take your gun and...
You remember a town called Junction City? You killed a man there. For a bottle of champagne. His name was David Mountford.
You say so?
He was my husband!
She hit him in the head with a steel poker. Then she plunged it into his chest. She tried her best to kill him. That's when Macho decided to make love. David Jansen is Macho Callahan. An unusual kind of hero. He's been killing men since he was 11. He was left to rot in Andersonville.
I could drop you right here, you know?
That box is up 2 days ago.
You want your damn time up, huh?
Don't scare you none at all, does it?
He led 3,000 men in a prison revolt. Macho Callahan.
And now, the main attraction.